my favorite player was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
My dad's from Chicago. We were huge Bulls fans.
We're going to play the Bulls for the championship. Michael Jordan just has some more help. I'm just as good as him. They look at me like I'm crazy.
I was left speechless. The only thing I knew in that moment was that Jordan was the GOAT. Future generations will never come close to what we were witnessing.
When a young Larry Bird is left searching for words, it tells you everything you need to know about the moment he had just witnessed. Throughout NBA history, many players earned respect and others inspired fear, but Michael Jordan managed to command both every time he stepped on a court. From the very beginning, he carried a presence that made opponents feel the outcome was already decided. This isn't simply a story about championships, awards, or statistics. It's about the impact Jordan had on the greatest players who faced him. He transformed the way coaches prepared, how defenses were built, and how the game itself was played. He didn't demand that kind of attention. His dominance made it unavoidable. That's why the words of those who competed against him carry so much weight. Whether it was Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal, or countless other NBA legends, they all arrived at the same conclusion. Michael Jordan was different. While many players created unforgettable moments, Jordan became one. For Shaq, standing across from him wasn't just another matchup. It was an experience that felt larger than basketball itself. O'Neal entered the league as a once-in-a-generation force, combining incredible size, strength, and athleticism. But even he admitted there was no answer for what Jordan brought to the floor. Beyond the talent, there was an overwhelming sense of inevitability that followed him. Years later, when asked about playing against Jordan in his prime, Shaq didn't talk about strategy or tactics. Instead, he delivered a simple observation that has become legendary among basketball fans, saying that witnessing Michael Jordan at the height of his powers was unlike anything the game had ever seen.
He's at the peak of MJ. What is it like just being on the floor with him, man?
I don't know what God looks like. It's like seeing God.
What does it feel like to share the court with Michael Jordan? When that question was put to Shaquille O'Neal, his answer instantly became one of the most memorable descriptions ever given about an athlete. Shaq didn't compare Jordan to another superstar or try to explain his skills with basketball terms. Instead, he simply said that he didn't know what God looked like, but being on the floor with Michael Jordan felt like seeing him. Coming from one of the most dominant forces the NBA has ever witnessed, those words carried enormous weight. This was a player who bullied defenders, collected championships, and built a Hall of Fame career through sheer power and talent. Yet even Shaq struggled to find language strong enough to describe Jordan's presence. It wasn't only about the points, the highlights, or the trophies. It was the feeling Jordan created whenever he stepped onto the court. Without saying a word, he controlled the atmosphere of the game. His confidence, intensity, and relentless will to win made everyone around him understand exactly who was in charge. That's the true mark of greatness. Not just defeating opponents, but leaving even the strongest competitors in complete awe of what they're witnessing. And if there was one player who never backed down from a challenge, it was Dennis Rodman. Known for his relentless defense, endless energy, and fearless physical style, Rodman built his reputation by making life miserable for the league's biggest stars. He thrived on disrupting opponents and turning every matchup into a battle. But even a player as fearless as Rodman understood there were limits to what defense could accomplish against Michael Jordan. During a rare moment of honesty, far removed from his usual larger-than-life personality, Rodman was asked what it was like trying to stop MJ. Instead of delivering one of his trademark bold remarks, he offered a straightforward answer that revealed just how difficult and overwhelming the challenge truly was.
It was cool.
You're one of the few guys that can say that, by the way.
It was actually cool, man, because it gave us the opportunity to work harder because we knew these guys was coming. And once we start playing them and once we got in the playoff with these guys, but it's like, it's hard to keep that guy under 30 points. It was hard, but he was that good, man.
For Dennis Rodman, admitting that Michael Jordan was nearly impossible to contain was about as much respect as anyone could expect from him. This was a player who built his reputation battling the toughest names in basketball, from powerful forwards to dominant centers. Rodman thrived on physicality, embraced every challenge, and never backed away from the game's biggest stars. Yet when it came to Jordan, he understood he was dealing with something entirely different. It wasn't fear that opponents felt. It was the realization that no matter how hard they worked, Jordan would eventually find a way to take over. Rodman knew firsthand that you could play flawless defense, bring maximum effort, and stay locked in from start to finish, only to watch Jordan rise for a smooth jumper, spin into a fadeaway, or explode past a defender before anyone could react. Defending him wasn't really about shutting him down. It was about delaying the inevitable. That's why Rodman's comments carried so much weight. He wasn't simply complimenting Jordan's talent. He was acknowledging a truth every defender eventually discovered. Michael Jordan was going to score, make plays, and change the outcome of the game. The only mystery was how long you could keep him from doing it. And then came another unforgettable chapter in the Jordan story. Basketball occasionally delivers moments that feel destined to happen, where one generation of greatness collides with the next. For Allen Iverson, one of the most fearless and electrifying players the league had ever seen, facing Michael Jordan was more than a regular matchup. It was the fulfillment of a dream he had carried for years. Iverson had imagined that moment countless times while working his way to the NBA. He wanted the challenge, he wanted the spotlight, and most importantly, he wanted to test himself against the player many considered the greatest of all time. So when the day finally arrived, and Jordan stood across from H,
I was telling all my friends and my family that if I ever got a chance, if he ever guarded me, that I was going to try my move on the greatest player to ever play. So I knew I was going to do it. When he got on me, that's why I backed up.
Yeah.
I said, oh, here we go. I didn't get nervous. And I was, like you said, just young, you know what I mean, and just confident. So my heart won't thumping or nothing like that. I won't, you know what I mean? I did it like I would do it any other time.
What made Allen Iverson's legendary encounter with Michael Jordan so special wasn't confidence or arrogance. It was genuine belief. Iverson wasn't trying to embarrass a basketball icon. He was trying to prove that he belonged among the game's elite. Every hour spent practicing, every battle fought on playground courts and in college arenas, and every ounce of faith he had in himself led to that unforgettable moment. The famous crossover became more than a highlight. It became a statement. What makes Iverson's story so powerful is the mindset behind it. There was no fear, no hesitation, and no intimidation. He was young, hungry, and completely convinced that he could compete with anyone. Rather than seeing Jordan as an untouchable legend, he saw him as another opponent standing in his way. For a brief moment, he reminded the basketball world that greatness can always be challenged and that rising stars don't wait for permission to make their mark. That same appreciation for Jordan's greatness was shared by Chris Webber, a player known for his intelligence, skill, and deep understanding of the game. Webber recognized that Jordan's dominance wasn't just about scoring points or making spectacular shots. It was the attention to detail that set him apart. The footwork, timing, balance, and fundamentals that most players worked on in empty gyms were things Jordan executed flawlessly under the brightest lights and against the toughest competition. Having witnessed it firsthand, Webber didn't need statistics to explain Jordan's greatness. When he spoke about him, you could hear the respect in his voice because he understood that Jordan's success came from more than talent alone. It was the result of relentless preparation, unmatched focus, and an ability to perform at the highest level when the pressure was greatest.
Jordan. You know, like the drills that you do every day just to become a better player, and you do them hard. Like, he was playing that way in the game. He was denying, seeing the man in the ball, turning, talking on defense, elbowing guys as they came through the paint. Like, we saw his greatness, and he shut anyone that he was checking down. It was not a game.
What many people overlook about Michael Jordan is that his greatness extended far beyond scoring. Yes, he could fill up the stat sheet with ease, but what truly separated him was the intensity he brought to every aspect of the game. He attacked on defense with the same determination he showed on offense, jumping passing lanes, pressuring opponents, and treating every possession as if it could decide the outcome.